Hey, welcome back to Tough Kids TV. Today we're doing a video on registering for a youth wrestling tournament using Trackwrestling.com. I know a lot of people who are first-time wrestlers out there, or parents who really don't know how to get their kids involved in wrestling. And I'm going to do a video series on starting out in youth wrestling. I myself have a 7-year-old wrestler and a 4-year-old wrestler who'll be wrestling this year. So I've learned a lot my first go around with my 7-year-old. So, anyways, using Track Wrestling, we're gonna go to you open up your internet browser, go to trackwrestling.com, and while you're watching this video, you might as well subscribe and like it, so that way you can keep updated on youth wrestling and some of the other stuff that we do on our channel. So there's a lot to look at here. Don't be overwhelmed. You're going to go, and I'm sure there's multiple ways to do it. This is the way I've done it. You're going to click events, and it's going to pull up all the big ones here, but you really won't need to pay any attention to this. You're going to want to find this search events, and this is the same steps on your phone. Might look a little bit different, but it'll still work the same. Click on search events. We are going to register for a Utah tournament, but you can pretty much look up. This is the way I do. I do by state. But you can look up by event name or the date or whatever. You can also search back through past tournaments and see results and whatnot. But we're going to look for an upcoming Utah tournament. So it'll pull up the scheduled tournaments and that have put input the system within the week, and that'll be taking place. And I'm going to be wrestling my boy at the Morgan Youth Wrestling Tournament. So click on that. It's going to pop up this box. You're going to don't even mess with any of this stuff. You're just registering your kid. So we're going to click on enter the event. And it's going to pop up with the tournament homepage. Now I will go over each of these in a later video, but for now we're just going to register our kid. You always want to make sure you got the right date and the right tournament, just so you're not wasting your time or money. Click on registration. It's going to take you to this page in a separate window, and I'm going to use like a fake thing because I've already registered my kid, and I don't want to give out too much personal info. So I'll show you the steps up into the payment part, and then I'll show you how you can confirm that you've been put on the registry. So go to the register now here in red. Now, I was going to ask you to read the refund policy. Please do. Essentially, what it says in a nutshell is you can't get a refund for any reason, so just make sure you know that. This is here. I've never used this feature, so honestly, I don't really know. It does make you put in a email address, but what it is, essentially, if you want to come back to your registration, this is your invoice code, and get a password so you can get back into it. But you don't have to do that. I never do it. So yeah, put in my testing email here, and we continue to the next page. So it's going to show you this. We're going to click on add our wrestler, and I'll pop up with this dialog here. Now, two quick things to hit on. Most tournaments are going to require the USA Wrestling Online Membership ID, and if you put that in here and you're registered as active, it'll pretty much pull up the person's first name, last name, date of birth, and a team that you're affiliated with. So then you just kind of double check the information, make sure that the grade is clicked. And then there's the Track Wrestling number, which is affiliated with trackwrestling.com, and that's how the profiles are tracked and kept, and how rankings are posted, and how rankings and wrestlers are tracked. You can have more than one Track Wrestling number and merge them. It's pretty easy to make. So what I like to do, if this is your first time, is register and get your Track Wrestling number. So that's what we're going to do. You click on that. I'm just going to simply make up a name here. Brav is my name. And obviously you're entering your child's wrestling information. Okay. Team. I'm putting unaffiliated because, again, I'm not trying to create a bunch of fake stuff. You'll put your team that you're with right now. And you can also go in and change this, and I'm going to do a video on how to manage your profile. I'm not in Wisconsin. I'm in Utah. So, again, you're just filling out this basic info. We're going to do this. And, again, if you want to, have a kid in first, whatever, approximate weight, you could do this. This stuff all changes, so it's kind of unnecessary. Just do the asterisk thing. So then you just click register, and it's going to say Brav or whoever your name is has been successfully added and is assigned this track wrestling number. And so then you're going to want to really make sure to just put this in a safe place so you don't lose it and get confused. You can, on accident, using track wrestling, duplicate them, but it's just much easier if you keep track of the original one. Then you don't have to go through the merging process and whatnot. Once you've done that, it'll say, okay, it's going to take you back here to the registration page and put everything in. Now, again, it'd be a good time to enter this. It'll pull up your information. I'll make sure the grade is clicked and make sure your team is there. It's going to make you fill out this. So I'm doing the infamous 555 number. And then if this isn't checked, you're going to want to make sure to check this. Morgan Youth Wrestling Tournament, select the division. If my kid was in first grade, this also tells you these are the available classifications and the divisions. So pre-K to K is combined, first and second graders are combined, third and fourth graders are combined, so forth. Some tournaments will just have like pre-K only, K only, first grade only, second only, third only. And then some will be by year. So select your option. If it's your first tournament or first year, I would definitely recommend beginner until you get going. Now, it's not going to let me go on after this page because I have not entered any valid numbers. So once you go past this page, it's just going to give you a little confirmation that all your information has been put in correctly, and then you continue, and it's going to come up with the billing. Obviously, if you've used the internet at all for anything, you can essentially figure out how to put in a credit card number, press OK. Once it pops up and says you've been registered, that is when I always take a screenshot saying that I've paid. And then I like to confirm that my wrestler is indeed put on the wrestler list. So after you go through that step, you go back to here and go back to registration, and then wrestler list. Most 95% or more tournaments will give you the wrestler list. It's the big ones that don't open it. But essentially, click on this button here, and it's going to tell you all the kids that have registered so far in what division. So my boy that's wrestling right now is Waylon Wright, and that's all his information. It shows that I registered him that day, and I've paid. So that way you can know for sure that you made it on the registration. So make sure the name's up in here, and it'll tell you the other kids that are in the pre-K division, pre-KK division, first grade, second grade division, and so forth. So that's pretty much how you register your kid for a tournament, and how you can double check and make sure that he has made it, he or she, sorry, because there's a lot of girls who wrestle, which is awesome, who makes it to the registration list. So again, like this video, subscribe for more videos. I'm going to do a whole series on track wrestling, and also the best techniques and the best ways to get your kids started in youth wrestling, because it's super awesome and it teaches them awesome life lessons and helps them gain the confidence that no other sport can teach. Thanks a bunch for your time, and comment below if you have any questions or comments. Have a great day.